Hi, thanks for joining us today. I'm Jessie Walker here with Curious Travels. Today we're at Barnhill Pottery and we're going to meet Susan Dim. She's got some great things inside, so why don't you come on in. Hi, Susan.
Hi.
How are you today?
Good, thanks. Welcome.
Thank you very much. It's so nice to see you. And I understand today we're going to be taking a look around your shop here in Barnhill Pottery.
Yeah, we're going to see everything.
All right, well, let's go.
Okay.
So you have some beautiful things here in your shop. It's just, there's so many colors and you just walk in, it's really, wow.
Well, thank you.
So many things.
I designed all the colors from scratch and I made them so they mix and match and they reflect the Cape Cod landscape.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have platters, you have vases, you have soap dishes, you have a little bit of everything. Where do you get ideas for all these?
People come in and say, do you have? And if I don't, I make it.
Okay. It's a good way to do it.
Yep.
So how long have you actually been in the pottery making business for?
I've had this shop for 12 years.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I went to school for it. I have a bachelor's degree from Bennington College.
Up in Vermont, is that right?
Yep.
Great.
Yep.
And what brought you to Chatham?
Well, my parents had a house here.
That's a good reason.
Yeah, and it was such a beautiful place that I didn't want to be anywhere else.
All right.
Yeah.
Good. So I see you have some chip and dip things there.
I do, and some platters and some landscape platters and a big fish and
how
a
beautiful
starfish platter.
Now, how do you actually imprint something like that on there?
You take an actual starfish and press it in.
You do? Wow.
Yep.
And how about the fish? I
The
have to
fish
ask.
is from a mold. He's pressed into the mold.
Yeah.
That's sprayed with Pam. And then a slab is draped over it and shaped and cut to fit. And that's how we do that one. And then some of these, like these shells, are made with real shells.
With real scallop shells,
Yeah,
huh?
I just take a shell, I spray it with Pam, and then drape my slab over it, and there's my little seashell.
Well, that is so neat.
Yeah.
Well, I understand you have some other really neat things around the shop as well.
I do. I have lots of things.
Right. Well, let's take a look at them.
Okay.
Oh, look at these. Some soap pumps
Yeah,
and all kinds of
tumblers
items.
and soap dishes and toothbrush holders, candlesticks.
Oh, how fun.
Yep, you know, bathrooms are big. Everybody's got one.
They do.
Yeah.
They should.
Yeah.
So you've got some nice bowls there too,
Yeah,
and
big serving bowls are very handy.
wow. Now, how long does it take to make something like this?
2 weeks, start
2
to
weeks.
finish. Yep,
Just for this bowl.
just for this bowl.
Wow. I can't wait to see the whole process and everything. Now, it looks like you have a lot of things that are very difficult to make and some things that might be easier to make.
I do. Yeah.
What's the most difficult item to make in your shop?
Candlesticks?
Candlesticks, like these kind of candlesticks?
Yep.
Really? It looks like there's a lot of detail that goes into it, and the glaze is beautiful on it.
Oh, thanks.
And what's the easiest?
Probably heart bowls, little bowls that have been altered.
Oh, those are cute.
Yeah.
You can use those for just about anything.
Exactly.
Oh, how cute. And what's your favorite thing to make? I
Big
have to
bowls.
ask. Big bowls?
Definitely big bowls. Yep.
All right. And you make some vases as well.
I do. I make a lot of
Okay.
vases. There's some large ones. Yeah.
So stuff like this.
Perfect for your gladiolas.
That's beautiful. And you have some more unique vases too, isn't that
I do.
right?
Yep. I have. Let's see. Yeah, a hand-built one. I have a little bit of everything.
Wow.
Yep.
Those are just gorgeous.
Oh, thanks.
What about the starfish
Yeah, these are
bowls here?
These are a little difficult, but they're fun, and they're fun to glaze. You know.
And how do you get the blue in the middle there?
That's the glaze pooling in the bottom. And
Okay.
I technically goober extra glaze on it so that it will puddle down and form that nice little pot of color.
It's a nice effect.
Yes.
I like it a lot.
Thanks.
Well, I understand that you also have your whole shop here, and I think we're all just dying to take a look around the shop and see what you have in it, see what you do, how you make all this stuff.
Sure. Come on back into
All
the
right.
studio.
Thanks.
So this is the studio.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Much bigger than I thought it would be.
Yes, it's very
So-
large.
What is the first step to making a pot?
I take the clay and I start wedging it.
Wedging it. Is that kind of like kneading bread?
Well, kneading bread, you're actually putting air in. Wedging, you're hopefully taking air out. So this is mixing the clay and aligning the clay platelets and getting everything all ready to go.
And about how much does a piece of clay like that weigh?
This is 5 pounds.
And what would you make with a 5-pound piece of clay?
A large bowl.
A large bowl. Your favorite thing to make?
Exactly.
Great. Well, let's see how you make a large bowl.
Here we go.
So I can't wait to see this. I've never actually seen a pot thrown before.
Well, here's the throwing.
All right.
And then I wet it, and I push down to secure it to the wheel head. And then I'm going to cone it up. And this is what Demi Moore was doing in Ghost
Ah, yes.
with Patrick Swayze.
And what's the purpose of that?
This helps to align the clay platelets in the correct direction for throwing. It also helps to soften the clay a little bit, and if there's any air bubbles, they'll come to the surface, hopefully, and pop.
Yep.
And now what I'm doing is centering. So I'm making sure it's in the middle. And then I can start making the hole. Now I'm going to widen my hole because this will be a big bowl.
Your favorite thing to make, right?
Uh-huh. There's something very satisfying about making a big bowl. And this will be the inside. And then I start moving the clay up to make the walls.
That just looks amazing how it all kind of falls right into your hand there.
No, not always. Sometimes you have to convince it a little.
I'm sure it took years of practice.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's like anything else. It's not that hard to do. It just takes practice. Now I'm going to start bringing it out. I can stretch the clay and make it wider. It's very elastic. You can see it gets pretty big.
It's amazing how quickly it changes shape.
Yeah, it really responds. There you go. Now you can put your salad in something. And then I like to draw spirals in the bottom of them because it's fun.
Spirals, huh?
So I draw lots of spirals. And I can do that with my finger.
Oh, well, that's neat.
Yeah.
Get your own little touch.
Yep. And I can cut the extra away. Not bad. And then I'll cut it off and let it dry overnight. Tomorrow I will trim it.
Now, trimming is when you make the bottom look all nice and pretty?
Yeah, I will carve a foot ring so it sits up on a nice foot
Uh-huh.
and take off the extra clay so that it's not too heavy. Right now I need the extra clay for support. There we go.
And we have a bowl.
And we have a bowl.
Beautiful.
Not bad.
Now, after that's done, it dries.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens?
Then
After
the
you trim it?
trimming. These
Okay.
pots over here are ready to get trimmed. These are ones I threw yesterday.
Okay.
And so this one was about to get a foot ring put on it.
All right.
And then they dry again for a couple of days. And then they go in the kiln for the first firing, which is the bisque firing.
Okay. Well, can we take a look at the kiln?
Sure.
Let's go.
And this is a glaze kiln that I was just unloading.
Now, what is the kiln actually made out of?
These are fire brick. It's a refractory brick and then electrical coils that heat it up to over 2,000 degrees.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And this is a glaze firing that's coming out. These are just like those little brown bowls over there.
Oh,
but
yeah.
they've been glazed. And these are some of my big bowls that I like to make. And you can see the spiral in the bottom.
Nice touch.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. And there's another one in here. And you can see we can really layer them in and fill the kiln up.
Oh, yeah.
And
You've got
here's the foot ring that we were talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
You've even got the tiny little bud vases.
Oh, they're always in there. Yep. And
Very
the
pretty.
shells. Yep. Yep. And the fish, because you know, it's Chatham.
Beautiful.
We're a fishing town.
So you'd actually take them and fire them once at 1800 degrees.
Right.
And then how long do they sit in the kiln after that for?
Well, after they've been fired 1800 degrees, they fire for about 12 hours and they cool for about 12 hours.
Okay.
Then they come out and they get glazed. These are pieces that have been glazed that are about to go into the kiln again. And here's a bowl before it's been in the kiln. So this is the glaze on it.
So that's already been glazed?
Yep, but it hasn't been
No.
fired. The glaze has to melt.
So the color actually comes out after you fire it again?
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, I understand that you actually make your own colors. Is that
I
right?
do. I make all my own glazes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we see you glaze something?
Sure.
All right. So what are you going to glaze for us today?
Well, this is a platter, so it's all ready to go. And
Very
the
nice.
bottom's been waxed.
Okay.
And I stir up the glaze. And the glaze has a lot of clay in it, so it actually settles really quickly.
Oh, it does.
So that's why I have to stir them up every time. And then this will be like a landscape platter.
And what color will that be?
This is green, believe it or not.
Green.
This will be a nice soft green.
So you put the wax on the bottom so that,
It resists the glaze.
okay.
And then if there was glaze on the bottom, it would melt and stick to the kiln shelf forever.
Oh. You don't want that now,
No,
do you?
we don't want that. No, because it's hard to eat off of a kiln shelf. So that's green, and then we'll put a little light purple on the other end. And it dries pretty quick. You got to do the back. And then I'll paint some landscape effects on it.
So you actually paint with the glaze then?
I do. I use them like paints because I was trained as a painter and a potter.
Oh, okay.
And I have the chemistry to sort of make them work most of the time. But I need to, that has to dry first. But then I'll do some landscape effects in the middle.
Oh, that'll look beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice. And then it goes back in the kiln.
Right. Fires again to
2200?
2200
All right.
degrees. Yeah. And then comes out again and hopefully sells.
Looks like a pot.
Looks like a pot.
Great. So I understand that you also do some teaching.
I do. I teach the adult classes for pottery at the Creative Arts Center in Chatham,
Oh, right down the street.
right on Crowell Road.
That's great. And if somebody wanted to sign up for one of your classes, how would they do that? Would they contact you directly?
They call the Art Center.
Okay.
Yep, call the Creative Arts Center.
And how long do those classes generally run for?
Usually 8 to 10 weeks.
All right. And do a lot of people come out professional potters?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Really?
they do. Believe it or
Wow.
not. Yeah,
I'm surprised.
yeah.
Well, good. This has certainly been quite the treat to take a look around your shop and all. And it's been, I mean, just, you have so many amazing things in here. I never thought that that there would be so many things. Everything from the little, I mean, watching you do this to the starfish trays and everything.
Yep.
Is there anything else that you wanted to show us around the shop?
Yeah, I just did a castle.
You did? Wow. Well, is it like the size of your shop or?
No, it's a little smaller.
Okay.
Yeah, it
So I'd love to
fits.
see it.
Sure.
Sounds unique.
Let's go over and see it.
So this is something you just finished off?
I did. I just finished this yesterday. It's my first castle.
This is a bit different from anything else that we've seen here in your shop.
Yeah, well, it's a bunch of pots put together.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, are all of them pots that have actually been thrown?
They have, yep. They've all been thrown and then they've been altered. This is just a lid,
Oh, wow.
you know.
Look at that.
Yep.
Now, is this something that you're going to glaze and then sell in your shop?
Yep.
Wow.
If I don't keep it first.
Looks like there should be a little princess up on the top there.
Yes, she went to lunch.
She went to lunch.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has really been fun, Susan. This is great. And I think I need to go out and get something from your shop. I'm going to take a little look around.
Of course.
All right. Well, thank
Great.
you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, you know, there are just so many things to look at in this shop. I love everything in here. Everything from the cutest little coffee mugs, which are just perfect for espresso, to the pretty little trays. You can put almost anything in there. Candy, soap. And my personal favorite is the sponge holder. Now really, who doesn't need one of these? This is just perfect. Somewhere to put your sponge when you're done doing your dishes. Well, again, thanks for joining us today for Curious Travels. I recommend that everybody come on down here, take a look around Susan's shop here at Barnhill Pottery, and we'll see you next time.